you guys so much for being able to join me on this webinar. I just became an ASTA, became a member of the ASTA community about a few weeks ago. I had a travel agent who I met at one of the big virtual travel trade shows. I think it was maybe Our Africa or Rethink. And she said, hey, I'm part of this big travel agency organization. You should definitely be a part of them. I reached out. She actually introduced me to her chapter president, which was Beth Taylor over in San Diego. Did a whole presentation down there and recommended to get in ahead with more travel agents. And so you guys will learn that my product, my experiences, my company goes way more than just some ordinary business. It's actually based off my childhood experiences. Having grown up living amongst local tribes and communities in Kenya since I was a very young boy. And the best way to be able to show you what makes us so unique, so different, and so special than any other company out there is to take you on a virtual journey. So throughout this presentation, I'm gonna be highlighting many different elements, perspectives of what makes us so unique, and be able to literally show you how and why we really support authentic and more sustainable type of travel. Just so you guys know, some quick facts is that we are headquartered and officed here in Denver, Colorado. My office and my team here in Denver works as our international tour operator. All planning, logistics, communication, payment always goes through my office here in the States, so nothing's going overseas. And then we also have a headquarters and office in Nairobi, Kenya as well. My team, my office down there works as our local DMC. We arrange, plan, everything, logistics, planning, all that in Kenya and all that. Been in business for almost 5 years now. 5 exciting years. Last year, kind of, as we all know, that kind of was a loss, but certainly we're going strong, and thank God that travel is picking back up drastically. So we are getting hit hard, just like I can only imagine some of you guys in the travel industry. So if you guys don't mind, I would love to be able to save any questions till the end. Throughout the presentation, we really do. I walk you through a lot of it, and a lot of people say the questions do get answered, and then certainly go from there. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to share my screen. I'm sorry, there is a glare right there. All right. I welcome you all to the journey of Sky Inn.
Jammu, welcome.
I would like for you guys to meet the Maasai. So as I was mentioning, you guys, my company is way more just some ordinary business. It's based off my childhood experiences, having grown up in that part of the world. And you're probably gonna ask, how in the world brought you to Kenya? What got you there in the first place? Ever since I was 2 years old, and my parents to this day have no idea where this came from because they've never been anywhere in Africa before. They said I was so captivated and fascinated in African culture. They said I used to dance and dress and sing like as part of this tribal village. They said every little boy's dream was to go to Disney World, go to Legoland, get toys for their birthday. My dream was to go to Africa. And at the age of 14, I had some family friends who were from Kenya who invited me to come stay with them and their family for an entire summer. Now, as you can only imagine, going to a world so different than our own, staying with local families, immersing myself into local communities, traveling with the local guidance and the local safety net by my side every step of the way, I was able to get an experience unlike any tourist could ever imagine. And the second I stepped foot in Kenya, I fell in love and went back ever since, building such extensive relationships throughout the entire country. About 4.5 years ago, I was in Kenya for a long period of time, and I was coming back to the States, and my Kenyan mother was driving me back to the airport to come back to the States, and something changed. I looked at her in the eyes and said, Mama Joy, this culture, this country, these people, my communities have impacted my life so much. It's my turn to give back. And by doing that is I want to be able to support these communities. I want to be able to create opportunities. And the best way to do it is to create sustainable jobs, because that's what they need in that part of the world, is those opportunities. I didn't know what that was going to look like. I did not know what that was going to take, but I knew that was my calling, why I felt so connected to Kenya and Africa in the first place. When I got back to the States, you ever been a part of your life where you know what you kind of want to do, you know what it's going to take to get there, but you don't know what's going to consist. I was brainstorming. I was wondering, do I manufacture something? Do I build something? Do I resource something? How in the world can I offer this opportunity in that part of the world and create these jobs? And I was talking to one of my really, really close friends who I went to college with back in the day. I went to school at San Diego State years ago. And her name was Carlene. I was telling her about this. I was telling her why I was willing to drop everything I had going for myself to create these opportunities out there. And just like any good friend, she was challenging me. She was questioning me. She was saying, Skylar, why? Why in the world would you want to do something like this? You live here in the US. You come from a successful family-owned business. Why do you want to do something that sounds like the impossible? And I remember to this day, I said, Carlene, you don't know what I've seen, what I've experienced, how I've been treated. I may not look like them. I may not sound like them, but they sure know how to make me feel like I am one of them. And I remember to this day, she said, Skylar, don't you think there's other travelers who would love to be able to experience Kenya the way you've experienced it? I said, yes, but nobody's built the extensive relationships I built for the last decade. And that's where you see in the cartoon characters in the TV shows where a light bulb goes flashing top of your head saying, ding, 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 brilliant idea. That to me was my calling. My calling was to duplicate the same immersive, authentic, exclusive, secured experiences of traveling through Kenya through the lens of a local, but do it in a way that's going to impact the local communities. Do it in a way that's going to create sustainable, well-paying jobs and opportunities for the local communities, local surrounding villages, and our local families. As I mentioned to you, we have a whole team, staff based, headquartered in Kenya. My entire team, my family, they don't stand behind me, they stand beside me, and they're all locals. They will always, to this day, always remain locals. I have another video to present to you. My name is Skylar Mason. Ever since I was a young boy, I have traveled to different parts of Africa, living amongst the locals. And what they have showed me is the true value of life. They have brought me into their lives as one of them. I truly believe that the best way to travel is to see it how a local would see it. I created Sky Inn because I want to give the same experiences to travelers, adventurers who want to see a new perspective on life and be able to immerse themselves into this beautiful and captivating, fascinating culture through the lens of a local. This is not meant for everybody, but those people who are itching to explore beyond the beaten path of a typical tourist, then Sky Inn is right for you. From the beautiful beaches of Mombasa, wildlife, its culture, to all the different tribal villages, your host family will be by your side to make sure your trip is one you will never forget. Kenya has changed my life, and I know it will change yours. So throughout this entire presentation, I'm going to be highlighting many different elements of what makes us so unique and so different. And one of the biggest elements is that we connect all our travelers directly with highly vetted local host families. And what's incredible about this experience is that not only do our travelers get connected with these families and be able to stay with them for part of their excursion in Kenya, but as the travelers go throughout the country and travel on all the different immersive and exclusive experiences that we offer, their local host family travels with them by their side every step of the way. They're there for their insights and tips for their local knowledge. They're there for their personal resources, but most importantly, they're there for their safety and security. Having been in business for over 4 years now, all our travelers come back saying the exact same thing. They could never imagine seeing what they saw, doing what they did, or experiencing Kenya the way they experienced it without their local family by their side every step of the way. Now, all our families are highly vetted. They go through high amounts of internal comprehensive training, and they're also background and screened through the government as well. I would love to introduce you guys to some of our families.
Hello, Jambo.
We are
the Muragas.
We are excited to host you and take you around Kenya in this Sky Inn adventure.
Karibu Kenya. Hakuna Matata.
Hi, we are the
Muhindi family.
and we're excited that you're coming to visit us here in Kenya, and we are thrilled to take you on this amazing Sky Inn adventure. See you soon. Bye.
Hi, this is the Wachita family. We are glad to have you in our country for the Sky Inn Adventures
Hope you will enjoy learning our culture, eating Kenyan food, and touring our country.
Bye.
But what's incredible about this experience is that we're not only going to connect our travelers directly with local host families in Kenya, but we connect them ahead of time through video chats. It allows our travelers, our host families, to build the bond, build the relationship, build the trust, the confidence months before they even get to Kenya. Here at Skyan, we also take a lot of pride and joy to make sure we make the right suitable group of travelers with the right suitable host family. For example, one of our biggest demographics is family travel. Families with young children, we want to make sure we make them with a family with young children of similar ages, because what a learning experience this is for children. Another big demographic that we really do support is older retired adventurous couples. We may match them with a family that doesn't have young children in the house, that may not have stairs due to if they have any disabilities or restrictions, etc. With every other tour operator, when your clients walk outside those airport doors, they're either looking for a taxi or they're looking for some random guy with some sign to take them to their hotel and lodge. Here at Skyan, we're very different. We're about building connections, building relationships that last forever. And all our travelers say the exact same thing. They say when they land in Kenya and the first people to greet them outside those airport doors is their local host family, a family they've taken them months before to build that relationship with. They said it heightens their experience, and it says they feel like they belong, they feel like they're welcome, and it makes it such a memorable type of experience. Now, another big element of what makes this so unique and special, if any of you guys are used to selling safaris in Eastern Africa, Kenya, you're probably used to those commercialized villages that clients visit in the Masai Mara during their safari. They're there for 1 hour, they pay as they get in. The Maasai jump and dance, they sing, they walk them out, and then they're gone. It's more of a demonstration, it's more of an act, and it's very commercialized. Here at Skyan, we take our travelers to real, live, living tribal communities. This is experiences where travelers spend the entire days immersed into these tribes, where they get to meet and engage with the chiefsmen of the tribes. They get to storytell with the elders inside their huts, learn the roles of the woman and the warriors from the roots of it all. They're going to share meals with the villagers, learn how they cook, prepare, and even kill their food. The sacredness of being able to offer such a deep exploration of what their culture, country, and traditions are, but from the roots of it all. But most importantly, not only do the travelers get such an enriching and very authentic experience learning of these tribes, but it also creates jobs for them. It also shows and creates a sustainable income into these communities to better their lives and better their circumstances. Now, every time we get groups out there, we always get travelers always asking, representatives of ours saying, how in the world does Skyan afford this type of experience? What makes it unique, and how are they able to take us to a place like this? This is the real deal. It's because of the relationship I have with these tribes. I've been a part of them for over a decade now. These chiefs of the tribes are a father figure to me. They treat me like I'm one of them. And so I'm not here just to sell or promote a trip or vacation. I'm here to share my communities, my families, and the experiences that we offer. Now, another reason why people love to travel with us is how diverse our itineraries are. All our excursions offer such an authentic blend of both culture and wildlife all into one grand scheme of an excursion. One of the destinations we love to take our travelers to is Mombasa. Known for its white sand, crystal blue water beaches, travelers are going to be able to spend some beautiful time on the beautiful beaches, but we're also going to put them on all these amazing experiences while they're there as well. We're going to take them to multiple different slave trade era monuments, museums to learn about the past ancient times of the slave trade. We're going to take them on an old town city tour to learn about where the Swahili and where it originates from. And we're also going to put them on very authentic sailing excursions where they're sailing the Indian Ocean on these ancient dhow boats. The crews in the back drumming and singing at Coke cans. They get to snorkel the pristine corals of the Indian Ocean while they're searching for dolphins and sea turtles. And these are just some of the type of experiences we offer in Mombasa. And keep in mind, when they travel to Mombasa, their local family and our local representatives travel with them every step of the way. Now, here at Skyan, every single experience, every single activity is to give our travelers a more meaningful, soul-grabbing, rejuvenating type of experience. We're not here just to sell or promote a trip. We're here to offer transformative experiences, life-changing journeys. Part of the experience is also going to a local orphanage that I have been a part of since I was very young. These are my families. And this is an orphanage that we love to support. This is an opportunity for travelers to be able to spend time, meet and engage with the children, hear some of their stories. Everybody comes together and sings and acts, and it's such an exhilarating type of experience. And as I mentioned before, Skyan's all about the give back. how do we support the communities that we're engaging with, and the transparency of how you could see that your engagement makes a difference. Part of the proceeds that we get for your trip, for your travelers' trips, goes towards well-needed supplies that we actually give to the travelers to bring into the orphanage during their visit. It's all about how do we give back and the transparency of the engagement that we're doing. As we all know, Kenya is absolutely well known for its majestic wildlife. We want to make sure we incorporate this into every excursion. So visiting the renowned Giraffe Center, visiting the David Sheldrick Baby Elephant Orphanage, obviously affords travelers to be able to get hands-on with these majestic animals, but also learn about the rehabilitation and the conservancy of these beautiful animals. And then of course, taking them on we like to call it a handcrafted safari. As we all know, Kenya's being able to see the wild exotic animals in their natural habitat is breathtaking. But here's another fun fact about us, is that over 30% of my business are reoccurring travelers who have already been to Kenya before. The reason they come back and travel with us is because they all went on some beautiful luxury safari. And don't get me wrong, every traveler loves it. I've been on over probably 3 safaris, breathtaking experience. Everyone's different. But they also said they went to a part of the world that's known for its culture, its people, its traditions, its stories, its children. And they feel like they missed out on that opportunity. And with here at Skyan, we want to make sure we offer the most authentic blend
with them taking money
culture,
out.
wildlife, one-on-one.
And this ending value, it's
Can you guys make sure that all you guys are muted?
The end you're at,
Yeah.
and they're taking money out, so I can't feel real bad about that I'm losing money.
There we go.
You know, we always like to see
No.
better, but
I will individually mute everybody. I think we're good now. Okay. So that being said, like I said, we here at Skyan is that we want to be able to incorporate all the wildlife into our excursions. But what makes us very unique is that we offer that cultural piece as an add-on to any type of safari. And if you guys work with current DMCs, current suppliers who already run your safaris, we're not here to compete with them. We're here to work with them, because what makes us unique is that cultural add-on that can complement any safari package. Yes, we can cover from start to finish, including the safaris. I have my own guides, drivers, vehicles, all in Kenya. But I know in the travel trade business, a lot of people have been here for 20 plus years and built those relationships with their suppliers. So any of you guys that do have the suppliers who do the safaris in Kenya or Eastern Africa, we're not here to compete. We're here to offer that cultural immersion add-on on top of that. Here we offer 2 different types of excursions. We focus on and specialize in custom tailor-made excursions, where me and my team work directly with all our travel trade partners to build out itineraries, excursions based off your clients' interests, desires, wishes, when they want to travel, how they want to travel, all privately travel. And then we also offer small planned group excursions as well. I designed our small planned group excursions more suited for solo travelers. So any of you guys that do get a solo traveler looking to join with other people, we all know a custom solo trip does get a little pricey, but with the planned group excursions, they can join other like-minded travelers and be able to experience it all together. And what's really cool is that we connect all the travelers ahead of time through video chats as well. In that small planned group excursion, it is our most popular 10-day itinerary. I will be sending you guys a whole standardized itineraries that we offer, but that 10-day is our most popular. Even when people do custom trips, they use that exact same 10-day itinerary, and they either run the same itinerary or they extend the safari or the beach portion. Just so you guys know, with travel agents, custom excursions are sold to you at a net rate, and you put your markup on it. No pricing is disclosed on our website whatsoever. And then our small planned group excursions, because it is a set itinerary with set dates, there is a set price, and we sell that to you at a commissionable gross rate. Another reason why people love to travel with us is because we are a one-stop shop for travel agents. We take care of everything for you when it comes to being in Kenya. Full room and board accommodations, all the meals. We hire private drivers and vehicles throughout the entire excursion, all domestic airfare, village experiences, safaris, everything is included. The only thing we do not take care of is international airfare or any pre-travel type of things. But obviously that's one of many reasons why we like to promote our travelers to be able to go and book through a travel agent. So everything is included. Another main reason people love to travel with us is because we have people on foot, on ground at all times. I can understand how there's people like to work with companies that may not have the people on foot in the destinations they're visiting, and that can become a barrier. if anything arises. So do keep in mind being able to have people on foot on the ground during our excursions at all times does give you peace of mind. Now let's get into accommodations, because this is certainly another element of what makes us very unique. So part of the excursion, we offer an exclusive Nairobi homestay experience. Just like our host families are highly vetted, so are all our homestays as well. All our homestays are right on the outskirts of Nairobi, so near major hospitals, clinics, police stations, near the US Embassy, the international airports, etc. All our families live in beautiful suburban homes. We like to say you find very similar here in the US. They all have the amenities of running hot water showers, complete bathrooms with toilets, accessible Wi-Fi, electricity. They all have to reach a high standard of criteria in order to be a candidate of being able to host. Now, this is for part of the excursion. Out of that 10-day itinerary, only 5 nights is spent at a Nairobi homestay. And it's not 5 nights all consecutive all together. It's actually spread out throughout the itinerary. If you guys do get travelers that are like, I love the experiences they offer, I love the connections they build, and traveling with a local family by their side, the authentic cuisine, everything about it, but they just don't feel suited for a homestay, whether it's in Kenya or anywhere else in the world, we can certainly opt out of that homestay portion and opt them into private lodging or hotels nearby. Although we are huge advocates of that homestay experience, that is an option for those people that have the clientele that's just not looking for that. When you do go to Mombasa, we already host you at beautiful beachfront resorts right on the water overlooking the Indian Ocean. All our travelers love the resorts that we choose and we partner up with. For example, on that 10-day itinerary, 3 nights is spent at a beachfront resort. And then when we take you on your safari, we host you at either safari camps or safari lodges inside the national parks. We like to prefer these camps because it allows you to hear the animals at night, see all the stars. And that's another main reason why people love our excursions and our itineraries, is because it offers such an authentic blend of different accommodations. You go from a homestay to a beachfront resort on the water to then these beautiful safari camps or lodges inside the national parks. Would love to offer you guys a quick testimonial video.
I met Sydney about 4 years ago, and since then we've been kind of talking about exploring the world together.
We chose Sky Inn because of the ability to see so many different things.
They were able to immerse us into the actual culture, and the host families, they were there to really show us what it is to be a real local.
At the end of the trip, I considered them to be family. Going to the beach was definitely a highlight for me.
Watching wildlife, going to these indigenous tribes that not many tourists are able to go to, it was something that I will never forget.
What's really awesome about Sky Inn is they care about being able to support the local community.
We were able to go to the orphanage. It really showed me that no matter where you are in the world, we're all in this together.
Sky Inn touched our soul and made us see life so much differently, and that's the only way I will travel now.
Now, I'll be the first person to tell you, this type of experience is not suited for everybody. This is definitely your non-cookie cutter, off the beaten path type of experience. We can certainly offer experiences that are for travelers looking for a fully immersion, but we also can offer experiences to travelers that want the tidbits of that immersive type of experience. But these are for travelers that really want to go to a part of the world that is very different than our own, but be able to see it how a local would to see it, be able to go to a part of the world and build those connections, build those relationships, come back with more than just beautiful pictures and souvenirs, but come back with a new life perspective while also being able to support the local communities that they're engaging with by creating, like I said, sustainable jobs and opportunities for the surrounding communities. I do have one last video to kind of wrap up this presentation to walk you through step by step of what this incredible journey looks like.
It's time to experience Africa in a whole new way. Anyone can travel like a tourist, but with Sky Inn, you become a local. Sky Inn helps you experience travel in a unique, authentic way by not just seeing the culture, but living it. With Sky Inn, we connect you to our local host families long before your trip even begins. After months of breaking the ice, meeting your family for the first time feels just like coming home. Gather around the family table and experience what true African home cooking is all about. Venture off throughout Nairobi and really see where the locals go. Step outside your comfort zone and immerse yourself in unique adventures you won't and can't have anywhere else. Don't just see a village, but live in one of ours for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Dip your feet into the beautiful sandy beaches of Mombasa. Get up close and personal with nature. Go on a safari and see animals in their own natural habitat. See firsthand the vibrancy of the Maasai and their unique way of life. Sleep under the stars while nature thrives all around you. Travel is best when you are doing it with family. Sky Inn connects you with our open and loving families who will be there by your side to ensure your trip is one you won't forget. Once you are ready to live like a local, just Sky Inn, Kenya.
And right there is what Sky Inn's all about. And I really appreciate the opportunity to present this to you. I like to really say that when it comes to this type of experience, I'm not here to just sell it. I'm here to be able to educate people on this. Another big reason why a lot of my, just so you guys all know, about over 95% of my business is B2B. It's in the travel trade industry. I love to be able to partner with travel trade partners like that. And the reason a lot of people like to work with us is also of how hands-on I am with the company. I kind of have my promise, and my promise is I am always your guys' point of contact. I am always the person you guys come to when it comes to inquiries, questions, comments, because I built this business based off my life, based off my experiences, who I am. Even my representatives know my company inside and out. There's still that difference of being able to go directly to someone who built this off his blood, sweat, and tears and off since he was a young boy. And so that is kind of my promise to all my travel trade partners, that any comments, any inquiries, anything like that, I am always your go-to person. I also love to be able to make myself available to be able to offer this presentation for you and your clients if this is something you're interested in promoting. Because like I said, being able to educate someone on, or your clients on this type of experience is what leads to conversions. And by them being able to join a co-hosted presentation with me and the travel agent yourselves, allows them to be able to get a better understanding of what this concept, the idea, the purpose, the mission, and obviously the experiences they get out of it and the sustainability it helps to support the local community. So after this presentation, after we get off, I will also be sending you guys a follow-up email. In this email, it's going to consist of a Google Drive link. Let me just show you real quick. It's going to have, this is for people that may be interested of wanting to see more information or promoting this for themselves. I love to be able to provide you guys assets to be able to help promote this. So I do have a lot of people that love to put this experience on their website, on email newsletters, on their social media, etc. So we do offer you guys a variety of different imagery that you guys can surely use. We also like to provide you guys a lot of, because I know video content sells. So being able to provide you guys a lot of different marketing videos as well. So these are, a lot of these videos are not ones you have already seen. This is one that we actually just created. We'd love to be able to present this one to you.
People always ask me, what inspired me to do what I do?
What makes Sky Inn so unique and so special is because our opportunity to be able to take you to see the real Kenya, see the real culture. We take you to real, live, local villages, communities, to offer you the most deep, meaningful exploration of what the country, culture, and environment's all about.
Hello.
To Mombasa! Welcome to the Maasai.
This is amazing. I love it.
This is awesome.
And there's a bunch of other videos that you guys can obviously certainly take a look and read through. And then most importantly, on this Google Drive link, it's going to consist of some of our standardized itineraries. Keep in mind, everything is customizable, everything, depending on what your clients are looking for, but these are our most popular. As I mentioned before, our 10-day is our most popular itinerary. This includes a safari to the Masai Mara. We offer a 14-day one, kind of a standardized one. And then we also, for those that are only looking for a cultural piece to it or an add-on to any safari package, then we offer the 3 and 6 day one. Do keep in mind, everything is customizable. And then you'll see, this is our adventure guide. On this adventure guide, this is more about the kind of a portfolio profile of our company. And this does have that 10-day itinerary. On this itinerary, you'll see on this one specifically, this is for our planned group excursions. So this has set dates, set itinerary. This has the pricing. So this would be sold to you at a commissionable rate of 10%. And then it has a whole FAQ as well that you can read through. Just so you guys know, with all my travel agents, we love to be able to co-brand this guide. So I love to provide assets for you. So being able to put your logo on this guide with mine, as well as your information for the contact, you providing the pricing of what you're looking for. I like to co-brand these guides to be able for you to send this on to your clients if this is something you're looking to promote. And then our 10-day one, I do like to show you this with the pricing, with our net rates. You'll see that it's extremely, extremely affordable. Usually people that know the African type of industry know what safaris go for full 10 days, all inclusive, except international airport, including a safari inside. This is certainly, people are usually amazed by what our pricing rates go for. So, and I will certainly send more information to you guys afterwards. That all being said, would love to be able to open this up to any questions, comments, feedback, thoughts, and kind of go from there. Does anybody have any questions?
Skylar, I was going to ask how you have managed through the pandemic.
Yeah, so great question. Obviously, with the pandemic, it has slowed us down in regards to keeping surviving or being able to offer these experiences during it, or both, I guess. Both. So yeah, so obviously we were impacted greatly. Obviously we were able to keep ourselves afloat. Kenya, if you guys have, any of you guys don't know the African industry, Kenya is the #1 African destination to travel to now. It's been receiving a lot of awards of what it's been doing. They received a huge award back in earlier the year of a Safer Tourism Seal for what the government's been doing to ensure tourism safety. So certainly the destination has been helpful. We've already had 4 large groups that have gone this year and everything was flawless in regards to, being able to ensure that everything was safe and accommodable. But how my families would say, it's the grace of God of being able to keep ourselves afloat. I mean, surely it impacted everybody in so many ways. But that's why, we are keep ourselves going. And to be honest, a lot of, and this is another thing I wanted to bring up, a lot of travel agents, we offer an incentive program for our travel agents. And so what's been actually taken off for us right now is hosted group trips. Why? Because 2 things, travel agents want to make money while also travel for free. So we offer incentive programs, and I'm gonna be honest, that has taken off for us. I mean, next year is absolutely to the brim of being booked with these group excursions. Because people are not only want now, we're talking about a shift in the type of experiences people are looking for. People are starting to want more authentic, more small group travels as opposed to big touristic groups. But also a lot of our travelers are saying that they want to actually go and do a trip that actually does give back to the community, the sustainability, because they understand how that part of the world was even hit harder than us. Not when it comes to the spread of COVID, but talking about no jobs, talking about, I mean, it's so different. We have governments to back us up here. I mean, that's the whole aspect of it, you know? And so in regards to the incentive program that we offer, so we offer hosted group trips. So if you guys want to put together a group, if you get 15 travelers, SkyIn covers your expenses. We pay for your trip. Obviously, you make a commission off of every single individual. Just so you know, my custom trips, our rack rates are a 20% markup from our net rate. Sorry, from custom trip, the net rates, we have a 20% markup. So a lot of travel agents, I've never had a travel agent find that to be an issue from being a markup like that. But certainly I hope that kind of helped answer your question. I mean, it's a slow process, but I know I was talking to someone earlier and I asked them how's business been going. They said, I'm so busy now. It just picked up quickly. Our American market, so I'm very big into the European market as well. I'm a part of some big organizations there. The American market certainly has picked up drastically compared to the European. The Europeans now slowly, I mean, the UK took Kenya off the red list, and now that's what's really getting that going and driving that. So another thing I like to offer with our with our hosted group trips, if we book far in advance, I can also make myself available to join your group and you as a travel agent to join the group as well. So pretty much half my groups next year, if we book far in advance, I'm joining them because travelers love to be able to travel with the travel agent, but also with the person who put this all together. So it's kind of that little bit more of a credibility.
And when you're doing the groups for singles, are you pairing people up as roommates or are they getting their own rooms?
So it depends what people are looking for. So certainly with the group trips, most people are bunching them up in like their own groups. Usually we don't have a single travel with the group trips. But with our plane group excursions, yes, it is double occupancy. So we are pairing them up. Our travelers tend to like that. They love to meet new people, and keep in mind, we do pair them up ahead of time through video chats. So most of them they arrive in Kenya already knowing each other and have already talked on the phone and built that relationship. We do offer single occupancy as well. So certainly if a traveler joins a plane group excursion and they want to make sure they have their own accommodations, we offer that supplement too.
Thanks.
Yeah, but do keep that in mind that the hosted group trips is fun. I mean, any of you guys see that you would want to join us, being able to put together a group and then join them along the way certainly is an incentive for you too.
Skylar, you have a question in the chat from Sean.
Oh, okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yes, we take them to other conservancies. No, not just the national park. We take them to, the main ones we do take you to is Amboseli, Lake Nakuru, Lake Naivasha, Samburu, Masai Mara, but we do take them to like Olpejeta and other conservancies within those national parks. I know Masai Mara is National Reserve. So to answer your question, yes, we do take them to other conservancies as well. Everything is customizable. I've taken to pretty much every conservancy, every national park throughout Kenya. And so that is dependent. If you have clients that know what they want to go to, know what they want to see, know what they want to experience, we can certainly accommodate to that as well. Most of our clients love to be able to have our expertise take them to where we believe is best. So we'd certainly go from there. Can a person book directly with you, or do we need to go through a travel agency? So I like to, if obviously you don't work with the travel agent, you can certainly go through us. It is more beneficial to go through a travel agent. They get the best rates, like I said. Being able to go through them, they do take care and arrange all your accommodations, they arrange your international airfare, your travel insurance if that's something you want to get. So I like to be able to say, if you do have a travel agent, even with a lot of my travel agents, to be honest, travelers hear about our experiences and they tell their local travel agent to get in contact with us, and then we can be able to work with them because my business is built off that partnership with the travel agent. So any other questions? Comments, feedback? If I may ask, do any of you guys, do you guys ever get, I mean, I know there's a before and an after now, after COVID, do you guys get ever a request for more authentic type of experiences? Something that offers them a little bit more than just the touristy traps, staying in hotels and lodges, but wanting something more of a building relationships and especially like that? Yeah.
Well, Skylar, I know that so I work for Nexion, And we just had our conference 2 weeks ago, and we had a guest speaker there from the Transformational Travel Council.
Okay.
And it seems like with our agent base, we do have a lot of people that are interested in working with experiential travel, that kind of give back, the idea of having your travel and your spend mean something. So I think it's definitely something, especially after this past 18 months, that we're going to see more people wanting to have those experiences. We kind of coined this class we did called it the living list instead of the bucket list, because now that
I like that.
when we realized that that travel could be taken away from us, we sort of took it for granted, I think, for a long time, that things would always be there when we were ready for them. And I think that we're going to see more people wanting to more urgently do these sort of experiences that they thought they would wait until another time to do.
Yeah, and to be honest, the type of experience I offer is something that people do and have done for their entire lives. Is when you go to a different state or a different country with family, friends that live in that part of the world, they take care of you. They're the ones that pick you up at the airport. They show you around. They host you. Everything about that. I'm offering that same type of experience, but going to somewhere where you don't have those connections in a safe, secure fashion. You know, people perspective, an assumption of what Africa or Kenya, I know here in the States, people associate Africa as a whole, is a lot different than what it truly is. They think there's all poverty, it's all diseases, it's all, you know, you're gonna get attacked by a lion the second you walk outside those airport doors. There's a lot to be able to see. And like I said, when I promote this as more of a transformative experience, you know, I'm not just saying that because it transformed my life. All our travelers say the same thing. They come back with a new life perspective. You know, I like to tell some stories of some of the feedback we've gotten and some of the testimonials. One of my March trip of earlier this year, and she actually was booked for me about a year and a half ago. She obviously had to reschedule it because of COVID. She is 49 years old, nurse practitioner, and she is a very introverted individual. And she said that she was dying to go on this because she felt like she needed to reclaim her soul. She said she worked with COVID patients every single day. It was so exhausting. It was so draining. And she went on the experience. And then I heard from her 2 months after she got back. She reached out to me, Skylar, how are you doing? Great. I want to give you a quick story of what happened. And I said, what's going on, Amy? She said, I have lived at my house for 6 years. I did not know a single one of my neighbors. It's just, I mean, she just said, I'm just not a type of person. You know who I am. I keep to myself. After going on this type of experience, I got back home and I introduced myself to all of my neighbors. And she said, I never felt so alive. I never felt so thrilled to see that I pushed myself out of that comfort zone and I was able to accomplish something that I've always wanted to do, but always had that fear to do. And so when you go to these communities and you see how they live, we call it a simplistic type of way, but yet they have so much joy, so much love. Another one of our traveler, he was 42 years old, this big guy, huge beard. This was 2 years ago, drives a Harley. He went to Kenya and he went with his friends and his girlfriend. And he told me that he was telling he was telling my creative director the story. And he said, when he went to the Maasai village, because you're there the entire day, he said the kids were all over it. They would not leave his side, right? And he said, as he was walking out, one of the elders came up to him and said, you know what? You were the first white person these children have ever seen. Mm-hmm. And he said he got so emotional. Yeah. So it touched his heart in so many ways. I mean, that's why our tagline, Sky In, travels that touch the soul, because this is more than just your average trip or vacation. It's an experiential type of a journey. And when you get connected with families, all our travelers say they're still connected with their host families. You build that bond. I mean, look at us right now. We've been building this relationship. You can see me. You can feel my energy, my passion. Being able to do that with your host family allows you to arrive in Kenya feeling like you belong, feeling like you are not some stranger, some outsider. And it really just does change that up. And so it's really, I mean, what I love about what I do is that, I created something that I felt was so powerful to me. But I was very intrigued to see how other people would take it as well, and being able to go to that part of the world and see it. It's amazing. I had a travel agent, I do a lot of work in like South Africa too, like all over travel agents. And this lady is a tour operator. And this was about a year and a half ago. I met her off of Our Africa, big virtual travel trade show. And when I met with her after the presentation, she very respectfully said, Skylar, respect to what you do. I will never have a client for you, because my clients pay anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000 per person per trip. She said they are the highest high end, they are high executives, they just do that. This was back in, when was this? This was May of this year. She reached out to me. She said, Skylar, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I have a group for you. And she said, can you please offer a presentation? Let's co-host this. I want to show them. I want them to learn about this. I did a presentation. They booked, group of 6. She said they've been clients of theirs for 20 years. They are this guy's almost a billionaire, she told me. And she said they book because they want more than just the typical trip. Mm-hmm. Since then, she sent me 2 different groups.
Nice.
Coming from a lady that literally was loud and proud saying, I will never have this type of traveler for you. You just don't know. And I like to say, you may not have the request now for this type of experience, but did people drive a hybrid when they didn't know hybrid exists? No. So sometimes people, you have to allow them to know that there is an experience and a safe, secure way of exploring this type of country, culture, environment, the wildlife, when you bring it to their attention. And sometimes, like I said, you're not here to sell it themselves. Let me help you try to sell it. That's why I do this presentation. So, I mean, I do it in my sleep at this point because I'm here to provide you the best. You know, I want to provide you assets. I want to provide you the marketing materials. I want to help you educate people on this, because the best way, and to answer your question, how do we stay alive, is because it's just my will of just saying, you know what, I didn't create this for me. I created it to impact these communities down there. And it happens to be the reason I can impact them is by impacting the travelers to come and experience it for themselves. So if there's one that describes my company as opportunity. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, finish.
No, that's it.
Okay, so I have some first-time clients that have never been to Africa. They're thinking about it. They've been thinking about it for a while. Would yours be a good tour for them for their first time?
I would say, I mean, like I said, I say 30% of my business are reoccurring travelers. And the reason I say that is because it's not because the first time travelers, we don't do it. It's because they wish they went on an experience like us. I mean, this is not to be biased, but most people, when they go to Africa, I don't know how many of you guys have been, they come back and they say they wish they got more out of it. And by more, I mean the cultural piece. We are going to offer every single safari that every other company offers. Okay? The best safaris, I mean, hands down, you're going to get that experience. But being able to go to halfway, you know what everybody says, Africa is a once in a lifetime trip. It's a bucket list. It's a live list now, you know. But most people, when they come back, they're like, no, you know what? I want to go back, because they see that they get connected. They feel like they're connected to it, you know. This is not to be biased, but I really do think we are the right suited, because you do go, I mean, it is far, you know, it is far, and you were going to a part of the world. I did a lot of case studies and a lot of what do you call those, surveys and stuff before I started my business. And I wanted to see if people would be interested in this type of experience, right? I asked over 100 travelers who would be wanting to go to Africa. And every single person said it is a dream to go to Africa. Well, literally 40 out of the 100 people said they've already been somewhere in Africa before on a safari. 40 out of 40, when I asked this question saying, were you 100% fulfilled? They all said the same thing. There was a little part of it, I wish I got more. I wish I was able to really experience, and that's the cultural piece. If you ask anywhere in the world, when you think of culture, where do you think of? Africa, you know? So I like to say it is the right type of trip, because you get that safari portion, but you also get that cultural piece to it as well. And also the beaches. And also, I mean, when I send you guys the itineraries, you're going to see every single day is a different experience, a different feel, everything like that. It's not like a typical homestay where you're at someone's home for 3 days and you're posted up, and then you got to wonder, okay, where do I go next? How do I get there? What's safe? What's not? Every single day you're going to a new place, a new destination, new experience, with the guidance of our families, and also a supervising staff member accompanies every group as well, just so you guys know, because we want to make sure everything is taken care of, logistics, planning, but also the insurance that when your clients go to Kenya, they are covered every step of the way. So when you guys reach out to me and say, hey, Skylar, haven't heard from my clients yesterday, can you please check up on them? That's my call to be able to send out to my team who are with your clients at that time to assure everything is taken care of. So hopefully that helped answer your question for you, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you.
And please, what's your name, Wendy? Please, your clients are interested. They are wanting to think about Africa. Don't try to pitch them on this idea. reach out to me. Let's schedule a presentation, a one-on-one with you on the call. You're always in the conversations with them. And let's educate them on that. Let them come with me with questions. Ask them about this. I mean, I grew up in this part of the world. I didn't just say, hey, I have a brilliant idea, let's go run it. I mean, these are my communities, these are my families. You know, I speak the language. That's what it's all about. So you let me know when I can best accommodate you and all that. And I will send you an email afterwards with more information, obviously with the Google Drive. And then please follow up with me, email me, and let me know like when you'd like to schedule a time or whatnot like that.